Isaac, we're in a different spot again.
Yes, new spot, every spot.
We're just gonna have a tour of your apartment by the end of this.
Yeah.
Okay.
This
guys.
episode on the KissCast, we broadcast from the bathroom. Here's the laundry room.
Yes, I can't wait for it. Well, but in this episode of the KickCast, we talk about a device that is a window into your cloud world, the medias, a commuter kayak, the bike brake rotor of the future, and a way to keep your hands from going blue by using blue. So sit back and relax. It's time for the KickCast. Hey everybody, it is time for another episode of the KickCast, and as always, I am Ktdata, and my co-host joining me is Isaac. How are you doing today, Isaac?
Good. Fantastic.
It's always
On the special outdoor edition of the KickCast.
yes. You'll notice a little bit of a theme that we see on here, but for all you guys who haven't seen the KickCast before, this is the podcast where we go out and find some crowdfunding projects that we like, and we cover them, and we want to find useful projects, unique projects, and just plain out cool projects that we go ooh on there. So let's kind of just jump into our first project right here, where it is the pad scene. Now you guys might be wondering, what in the world is the pad scene? And so what happens is actually it's a cloud media player, and you'll be able to see here on screen right there is it looks sort of like a picture frame, kind of back in the days when you guys had those picture frames where you could just load up an SD card with a picture in it. But this actually does both, or actually all pictures, movies, and audio on there. And what's cool about it is it's internet connected, so it can actually pull media off your Twitter feed, your Facebook feed, or your Instagram feed right there. And what's really unique about it is it's pretty much essentially a tablet without a touchscreen or a battery to keep down the costs. Some of the specs are it comes with a 1 gigahertz ARM processor, 4 gigs internal flash memory, which doesn't seem like a lot, but considering it's more of a streaming device, that's more than enough. 512 gigs of RAM running on Android 2.3. It's a 10.2 screen, so about the same size as an iPad. Comes with built-in Wi-Fi 802.11b, and N on there. It also has speakers built into it for the audio, and for all you audiophiles who want a little bit better fidelity, it has a audio out port on there, and it's powered by 5 volts, so pretty much a USB port can actually power that out there. To me, what I actually thought was cool was you can actually pull out those Instagram shots, as you can see right here, and I know that's kind of the thing to do, right, Isaac? I know your wife's a big Instagram.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. You can pull straight from your Instagram feed. Were you saying it also can pull from like a Flickr and Photo Bucket?
What's nice is they actually have a fully operatable API, so you can actually just, if it's not there and you're wherever you're hosting your media has an API, you can actually program it. It's pretty simple. It uses basic kind of post commands and everything. So
yeah, that's cool.
As long as you know how to program on it. What this actually reminds me of is the Chumby. Have you ever heard of the Chumby?
I haven't. Why don't you tell me about it?
So the Chumby is pretty much the same device, except it was a little smaller form factor, and it kind of looked like a radio clock. If you actually pull up that picture there, I can show you what it looks like.
Let's take a look at it right here.
So right there is the Chumby right there. So it's a little bit, it looks like a clock. It does similar things. It has apps. The only thing is that the company behind Chumby actually discontinued it recently this year because they were having a hard time for people getting it. That's the only drawback I see from this, is that it's one of those things that you go, oh, it looked really, really cool, but nobody ever gets one. Might be there.
I kind of think, like, how many people do I actually go into their houses, and how many people actually have digital picture frames around? Usually they'll use like Apple TV or something, and they'll pull up like a slideshow on their TV, or they'll use some other monitor that they have to display photos. So it's definitely a small niche. I really like the idea of pulling the stream from your social feeds and integrating them into a picture view. I really like that idea. It'd be cool if they took that component and maybe just made it a plugin for a monitor or something. Like, I don't know if I'd be game just to do the picture frame alone, but I really like the idea. And it sounds like it's done before, but there wasn't a lot of attrition in the marketplace.
What I like about this is they pretty much actually just come out and said, this is an Android tablet. It just doesn't have a battery, and it doesn't have a digitizer on there.
Yeah.
So there's no touchscreen on it, which actually leads me to possibilities like maybe somebody can root it and then actually put full Android on there. You wouldn't be able to control anything, but there might be a way to figure out put in another input device somewhere or something like that.
Yeah,
or
that'd be
'cause-
kind of cool. It adds some greater functionality
Yeah.
to it. That's a
'cause
good idea.
What happens is the way you actually configure this is there's only 2 buttons on there, a play button and a display mode button. So to configure it to your social media accounts, you actually hook it up via Bluetooth to your phone. So I can imagine somebody building an app to control it remotely, and you can have a remote control Android app on there, which might be a little bit more versatile, kind of going more towards that plugging an Apple TV into your screen so you can play Angry Birds on a big screen.
Yeah.
Where it's similar to that on there.
And at that point, you kind of start to cross into some other different markets and stuff like that. But like we said, this project's on Indiegogo. We look at stuff on Kickstarter and other crowdfunding websites. What are the reward backer levels look like, Kevin?
The reward backers, as you can see on screen right now, is anything below $99 is just, you're funding them and you think it's a good idea. The early backers, it's $99 to get one of these devices, and I don't think they ship until next year
Okay.
on there. And for the Backer Delight is $120 for this device. So it's a little bit pricey, but if you think about it, it's a stripped down Android tablet. The cheapest Android tablet is probably the Nexus 7.
Yeah, I think the Nexus 7 is $199 right now.
About
Yeah,
$200.
they just came out with some new versions.
That's
and the Kindle Fire, they just released 3 different ones too.
Yeah, but I don't think the 10-inch versions, because we got to remember it's the size of one of our iPads that we're running on there. So I think.
So we should kind of say, just if you guys are tuning in for the first time, some of these projects are a little bit more fleshed out than others, and it seems like these people have a nice working prototype, and that's something that is really nice to look for in a project. You can see, these people have taken the time to really move this along, and they really need your help. So on our podcast, we do this thing called backtrack or sack. So if we like it, we're going to back it. If we kind of just want to see where it goes, we'll track it. And if we think that it was, a good effort, but, not really all the way there, then we sack it.
To me, I actually say track, because just like we said, it's a smaller market.
Yeah.
Than if you find those guys who say, oh, it's cool, I got to get one, it's a good thing right there. But in this case, I know there will be a lot of people that say it's pretty cool, but I don't think a lot of people are actually going to end up getting this device right here. All right, so that was pretty much our only device we had that was indoorsy.
On that one, by the way, I'm gonna have to sack it.
You're gonna have to sack it. Oh, come on.
So I mean, it's just not. I don't think it's all the way there yet, just for the reasons we kind of discussed. Yeah. But
I don't want it to go the way of the Chumby. But all right, Isaac.
Okay.
So let's go into our next one, and you're
Sounds
more
good.
nuts than I am. So how about you explain this product we got?
Okay. All right. So browsing through projects, I thought this one was cool. It's already been funded. Their goal was $80,000, and they have $113,000, 196 backers. They have 33 days to go, so they obviously have gained a lot of momentum on this project. This project is called the Oru Kayak, and the Oru stands for origami, pretty much for short, and then kayak. So what this basically is a kayak that folds up into a bag. I can pull down a shot there of it. And you can basically fold the kayak into a bag. It's made out of plastic. And then you unfold it, put it together. Let me just list off some of the features here. The case size is 33 inches by 29 inches by 10 inches. So those are the dimensions.
So it's fairly small.
Yeah, it's pretty small. I mean, it's definitely, you can carry it. The features are it's watertight deck. It has gaskets that put together. It uses snap and release buckles. Sturdy cockpit, they claim. Fits a skirt. So that's like a waterproof skirt. If you know you're kayaking, you have that skirt that goes around. They say easily adjustable footrest, comfortable foam seat, rubber holdings for strap accessories, shoulder straps, and fits commercial spray skirts. And that's kind of cool. And float bags. So it actually kind of works with other kayaking products.
Gives you a little modularity to it, right?
Yeah.
So you don't have to use what they have right there.
Yeah. So, that's the Oru Kayak. So what's kind of your first impression on this project, Kevin?
So I have to ask you, what in the world is this thing made out of?
Because it's made out of plastic.
So this is pretty much a recycling project where all those campaign signs
That's
now.
true. You could think of that.
They're taking all these campaign signs of I don't care.
Yeah, as you guys know, this election, I think it was one of the most money was spent on it. So I think they have plenty of campaign signs to use to put together these kayaks.
So I guess we're going to help the environment right there.
Yeah.
But so I don't kayak that often on there, but this doesn't look like it could withstand it, like really troubled waters on there. You probably have a really
Yeah,
calm
so
water.
I think this
right there.
kayak is more for those casual people that are cruising, want to maybe go on a river or a bay or something like that. I don't think it's like open water, ocean, seaworthy, or if you're going to be doing the Colorado Rapids or the Snake River. I'm going to stay pessimistic, but I'll be pleasantly surprised if it can navigate that. You
No
know?
one's going down like the Grand Canyon with that or anything.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think you're going to take one snap on that. It's gonna pop. I should mention, so entry level kayaks are around $400. So they want, for early backers it was $750, and those are sold out, and it's $800 for this kayak, and that's a pretty expensive.
So you're pretty much paying for the convenience now.
Yeah.
And losing a little bit of durability
Yeah.
there.
And you might ask yourself, well, why don't I just get like a blow up kayak or something? You know, isn't that portable as well? Well, not really. I mean, blow up, you have to sit there, you got to blow the thing up. You can puncture it really easily. I think this is a better solution for that. Kind of a hybrid between portability and usability.
Yeah. I'm actually curious, like, if anybody lives in New Jersey but commutes to New York for work, I wonder if anybody would take that across the Hudson or something.
That would be hilarious.
I really want to see that. But
Can you picture them in their suit, or they put a waterproof skirt over them, they just step out, fold it up, and you walk into the office? Where have you been? Well, I kayak to work.
Yeah.
You kayak to work?
Well,
Don't
parking's expensive.
Yeah. Oh, man.
So it looks really interesting to me, and part of it, I like that modularity on it. I like how you don't have to stick with all this stuff, because we see a lot of Kickstarter projects, especially now, where it's more open source and less just proprietary things. Cause
Yeah.
people are like, please, go hack it and everything out there. So
You're going to have a hard time, I think, hacking this one, unless you want to spend a lot of time building it.
Yeah, I don't know, but like it's nice.
Maybe. Yeah, it's
on
cool.
there. But does this include the ore? I've just realized that.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think they have the grommet stuff for them, but it looks like you'll have to get them separate.
So you'll probably have carrying around a full size ore still.
Yeah.
Which is a little weird.
So if you guys like this project, quickly I'll go over the rewards. $20 pledge will get you this cool waterproof bag. $25 will get you a water bottle. They got the T-shirts. And then $100, it looks like it will get you a laser cut special model. I don't know why I'd want that. But it looks like they do have an oar and then the kayak. So
Hey, the laser cut model would be for me, because
Yeah.
I'm not getting in the water.
when kayaking day, what'd
So-
you do? I my kayak right here.
I-
See, I'm in it.
I can use it in my bathtub, dude. Think about it.
Oh, man.
Anyways,
Anyways.
so back tracker sack, man.
So I would back this if I live somewhere where I would use it more. Here in Utah,
We could use it in
There's
the
not
Great
a-
Salt Lake,
yeah, I guess I could bring out to the Great Salt Lake, but
but the salt probably corrode through.
and it
the
smells out there. Don't visit the Great Salt Lake unless you're going to the
Yes.
Spiral Jetty or something.
Um,
Anyways, so I'd back it if you guys are kayak lovers. This is a really cool project. I mean, I'd love to hear some feedback for some actual users. I mean, I've watched their video and stuff, but I'd love to hear some people that aren't affiliated with them.
for me, I'd say back it. Most people would think I would sack this. I would actually.
I
back
would
this.
think you would sack it too.
if I actually, was the type of person to do this, I'd do it, because, even from me carrying around a KTcaster and stuff, I like to do one man type of things.
Oh, yeah.
This fits into my kind of doing that, but I don't go into water at all. Speaking of things I don't do, how about our next project right here, the Bear Tech, or not the Bear Tech, the how do you say that? 6C brake rotor?
It's the SICK brake rotor. So this project is like I said, this is kind of our outdoor edition. Your pre-Black Friday backing. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Anyways, this project is called the SICK brake rotor. Basically, these guys, if you do mountain biking or anything, weight is a premium on mountain bikes. You need it light, but you need that rotational weight in the tires to keep your grip. So there's always different bike tech coming out. This bike tech basically focuses on dissipating heat in your brake rotors. It also focuses on making them really lighter than anything else is on the marketplace, and they come into some different sizes to fit on your mountain bikes. So basically, let me give you the material. I'll give you a little description they give on the website. It says braking in this case is turning kinetic energy into heat Bicycle disc brakes operate and transfer heat from one principle to another. So you need to get that energy from moving forward into heat. It dissipates through the bike rotor. This bike rotor is 50% lighter than anything on the market. The lightest bike rotor on the market is the Shimano XTR-SMRT98 rotor, and it's 156 grams, and it's $65. So
Okay, so that kind of gives us a base price on what it kind of is around. So how much is this?
yeah, so to get actually a bike rotor, it's $154 for two, and they come in some different sizes. So it looks like they're a little bit more expensive than the highest end brake rotor on the market right now. But it's kind of cool. It's pretty light, and it supposedly dissipates heat faster. There's a lot of claims here. This kind of seems like a golden bike rotor. So I'm really it's I mean, it seems too good to be true. I wonder how functional it is and how much it will wear up underneath those tough conditions.
So I don't do a lot of biking, obviously. Kind of give people an idea on how weight actually plays a role, because that's one of the goals of this, is to use a lighter material on there.
Yeah. So this is where I kind of get a little bit. So I do a lot of road cycling, and I do triathlons, races, and stuff like that. My bike is a few pounds. It's kind of in between. You know what? Performance really isn't that much affected on weight. I mean, it really gets in those upper echelons where you really need to worry about those grams of weight. The thing where I think this might help is if it actually dissipates heat faster and improves braking performance. Mm-hmm. But that's their claim. So the weight thing, not really an issue for me.
So let's kind of go through everything. So
yeah.
We've approached the weight. So how about that heat issue? So how big of a deal is that when it comes to
that can be a serious deal. If you're going downhill for a few hours and you're just slamming on those brakes, you can get some burnout where you'll slip a little bit. But most of those disc brakes, they lock up really quick and they don't usually wear out. So again, everything on the market seems like that issue's kind of taken care of. So I don't know. I was really excited about this project when I first looked at it, but the more I looked at their claims, the more skeptical I became.
Mm-hmm. And then, the last time I heard, like, a lot of racing bikes, they probably start around $2,000 or more that's the low end models.
Yeah, mountain bikes. I mean, they can get up to $8,000 fully loaded, and then you can get some for like $3,000.
So probably at 125, that's not
it is a drop in the bucket. So for biking enthusiasts, and you want to try it out, I would say personally, I would sack this project
on there. So how often do like your gears and whatnot wear out on a bike?
Yeah, so mountain bikes, your mountain bikes are going to take a beating. So people are going to go through these sometimes like candy. And you know what? If you're a heavy mountain biker and you really want to try a project and see if this goes somewhere, support these guys because they're trying to revolutionize a product. I think they have a patent on this or a patent pending. So they're definitely trying to hit a niche that isn't done yet.
All right, so you said sack on this. I'll have to follow you on that. Like I said, I don't do a lot of biking, so I can't say this is one of my areas that I have any knowledge other than that I can ride a bike. But so I'd have to say sack on that. If you can get high performance gears already on for almost half the price, it's a little bit there.
Yeah, it's hard to justify it.
All right, so. That's our second project. So thinking of our fourth project, you're probably going, all right, since obviously KT's not an outdoors person, he's probably going to go indoors. I'll tell you the story. The reason why this project actually caught my eye is because last week we had this huge winter storm that pretty much whited out all of the valley right there. So, of course, I'm outside shoveling the snow, and, even when I'm outside doing things, I like having my technology on me, and the one issue that you always run into is, oh crap, I need to change the song because it's playing One Direction or something. On there.
Oh crap, One Direction just came on. What am I gonna do? Oh, I can't. What?
Or I get a phone call from someone like you, and I'm like, crap, I gotta take all my gloves and I gotta reach into it because obviously I can't control a capacitive
Or you're on
phone.
the ski lift and you don't want to drop your phone off the ski lift along with your gloves.
I actually wonder how many people do that. So.
More than you think.
So here's our next product, which is the Bear Tech glove right there.
Yeah, this project is really cool, I think.
And it's a Bluetooth. So you get that age-old joke about, just if you add Bluetooth to anything, it becomes cool. This is actually true. It actually becomes cool because it's a Bluetooth-controlled glove for your smartphone. And the way it works is on the fingers, there are actually touch points on there that you can actually tap, and they correspond to an action such as play, pause, start, stop, and it's not app dependent, which is also like on there. So there's 6 touch points you can have. There's a lock/unlock feature to unlock your phone. 1 activation touch point, so that way you don't accidentally change the track if you just press one of those touch points right there. And it's it comes in. It's the way the actual glove works is that there's a little pocket you put the Bluetooth module into, so you can actually have only one glove work, and the other one will just be a regular glove, or you can have both actually do that on there. So it doesn't matter if you're left or right-handed, and it works both for Android or iOS. As long as you have a Bluetooth connection, you're pretty much good to go on there. Like I said, I honestly like how you can use it for iHeartRadio, Pandora, or the built-in apps on there, so you're not specifically tied to the application right there. I've noticed that too, as I see a lot more accessories for smartphones on Kickstarter. Is a lot of them you have to have their app or it's not going to work. So this kind of keeps on. And what's good about it is they look like normal gloves. They don't. Because you know how you see all those touch sensitive gloves, they're kind of knit gloves, and they look
Yeah,
really
you're like, that's
ugly.
something that's a leftover prop from Star Trek: The Next Generation or something.
They pretty much hodgepodge these things together, and this one actually looks like a really good glove. And I like the ideas because one of the inventors of this product is actually a bike rider, and so he kind of developed like that. And another one's a big skier. So
Yeah, that's cool.
I actually like this. The only drawback I see on this is one that when you buy the lowest kit, you only have 1 active glove. But what's nice is you can actually buy another Bluetooth module, which is about $30, so you can have both hands working on there.
So you can have 2 Bluetooth hands?
Yeah.
12 points of contact?
Yes.
You could text with that.
just imagine me outside my house shoveling snow. I'm like, yeah.
What are you doing? I'm texting.
It's like it's magic.
That's
right
cool.
there.
So you can get one glove that's Bluetooth connected, and the other one just matches, but it's not Bluetooth connected. Cool.
And like they put a lot of care into the design of this, which I also like.
So what's their goal here? It looks like they have 50,000 is what they need for their goal. 7,600, 29 days to go, 55 backers. And if you guys are new to this, usually they'll have a goal that will help them get into a first production run of their product or a project that they want to come to the market. So, but yeah, so what are their reward levels?
So
how much do I have to get a glove?
If you want it, normally, it's going to start you $150, and it will ship in April on there. So you won't get it for this winter season, which might be a draw to some people.
That's kind of a bummer.
You're like, oh, I want it this summer. But if you want it this winter season, it's $250 for that pledge right there. And then I like this one, is the $2,000 one. You can actually design your own glove.
Gold level contributor. 1 pair of winter gloves.
Actually, or wait, no, this is not the one. Check is it $10,000?
$10,000 or more, signature level backle, and 1 pair of winter Beat Hot Tech gloves, original Bluetooth module, and version 1.0. This is a horrible voice. I'm going to stop that.
But yeah, I think on one of them you're actually allowed to kind of design one of their gloves.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool.
You
So
know.
you get your own like custom
I'm just
badge on there.
I'm just saying, I wouldn't mind getting a pair that says KickCast on it with our light bulb on there. Christmas is coming soon, Isaac. Hint, hint.
That would be really cool.
Actually, I probably could hook it up to the KT caster and like every
to
episode.
switch shots,
I'll
you could just go like this.
No longer will I have to rely on a board. I'll just.
So it sounds like you like these. So
yeah, I definitely say back.
You're gonna back them
because these are the first gloves that I've seen designed for smartphones that I think it would work well. You don't have to worry about dropping your phone or pulling it out, and it's good to go right there.
Like I tell you before the show, there was a project that was on here from Salt Lake earlier that had a ski pole that you could control and turn on your phone and stuff like that. They should have. This is the better of the two. I would definitely say back, but they're a little expensive for me for gloves, but I love it. I mean, those are really cool.
I think they're really cool, and the more I think about it is especially with Siri and Google now getting more into the voice control thing.
Yeah.
You don't need to pull out a phone to text anymore. The voice recognition is getting pretty close where you can just go out and be like, all right, hey Isaac, I'm on the slopes right now. Join me in 10. And
Yeah.
That would work. We're getting to that point where we can actually do that, and you don't look like crazy when you're doing it.
It's true. One side thing before we finish up here, if these guys are listening, it would be so cool to get a leather driving glove that's all leather, and it also uses that. Just a really stylistic glove. 2 versions. That's all I'm going to say. I want to be driving in the car and just deet, deet, even though my Bluetooth hands-free set is right by my steering wheel.
But it'd be so much cooler.
It would be so much cooler just to touch my fingers together. I feel like Q from Star Trek or something. Just
let it be done.
Let it be done. Answer the call.
All right, so we already went through backtrack and sack, right?
Yep.
Back on there. So that's actually it for this episode of the KickCast. We didn't get any emails or anything back. So, like I said, we like getting feedback from you guys. Or if you have a project to share, you can email us at kickcast@ktdata.net. Or we actually post on all the social networks, such as Facebook, which is facebook.com/kickcast, on Twitter @kickcast, Google plus.kickcast.net. And on all those, we actually have a lot of products that don't make it to the show because we just to kind of keep this show short, we don't want to just keep going on to projects like we had a jetpack that I kind of passed.
Oh, I saw that. The guys that wanted to make the jetpack. You guys should check that out later.
If you guys want to see that, that will be shortly posted up on our Facebook page right there.
It was the jet vest.
Yeah, like that. It's pretty cool things like that. So remember, any crowdfunding site, we love to get feedback. We love to read feedback on air. Like I was excited last week.
Yeah, it's fun to give feedback, and we always follow up with our show notes. If you guys have questions about a project or something, we'll follow up. Or we'd love to hear your feedback of what you think about projects.
Yeah, if we say something idiotic, just go.
Yeah,
hey, KT,
educate
you're
us.
Stupid.
Or this is actually how mountain biking works.
Yeah. But our next show is actually in 2 weeks, November 28th. That's a week after Thanksgiving on there. And if you aren't watching live right now, head on over to live.kickcast.net on November 28th. There's a chat room. Everybody's talking on there. I'm blind, and I've been picking up. People have been talking about the projects and everything, so it's super exciting on there. That people are, they're talking about it, and they're probably making fun of me somewhere, but it's okay. I have
someone needs to tell the people.
But Isaac, always this. I swear, time flies when we're doing this.
It does. It does. It goes by way fast. So if you guys have any projects you want us to spot, shoot us a line there. And yeah, always a pleasure, Kevin.
Yep. So we will see you guys in 2 weeks. Bye.
Hola. Adios.
Wow, your Spanish is awesome.
Okay.
Acapella.
Do 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 KickCast do 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 KickCast Hey.
This is the KickCast with Ktdata and Isaac. The podcast for crowdfunding. Come join us and sit back and relax. It's time for the KickCast.
It's not bad.